Well, welcome to another episode of SCL News. I'm your host, SCL Matt, and today is Monday, October 24th. Once again, not a whole lot of news this week, but a couple of topics that I want to touch on, mostly about the accessories that have, what I'm referring to as the accessories that come along with the game, and some questions people have had about that, and I hope to clear some of these things up. So, first thing, the mystery chests. These do come in blind bags. You can get a bronze, silver, or gold mystery chest. I've written about these a couple of times. I'll try to throw some links to the articles I've written. I'll probably even get some more videos up about them soon. But the main thing I wanted to touch on is, are they one-time use only, or how does that work? So, initially we did think they were going to be one-time use only. They are to some extent. So you can use them one time per account. So what it actually does is it kind of marks the chest on your save file. I don't know how technical a lot of you get with your video games, but when you start up a new game, it creates a save file that's saved on your console. So the chest goes across the entire save file, which means that no matter which game slot you choose on your system, it's going to be good for all of them. So the parts carry over on all of the four possible game slots that you have on your Skylanders Imaginators game, if that makes sense. Now, if you go, if you're playing on a PS4, and then you also have an Xbox One, you could load up the game on your Xbox One, and you could use the same chest again on the Xbox One. But only once on that console with that game. Now, if you took the chest again over to your friend's house, you could use it again on their console, on their save file, on their profile, on their account, whatever term you want to use. So once per account is the best way I can think of explaining that to folks. Once per account, but most likely for most of us, it's going to feel like a one-time use. But if you wanted to sell it then afterwards, if you don't want the physical chest, if you want to sell it, it's still going to have some value to whoever's buying it. So, there's that. In any case, the creation crystals, they are locked. They are not resettable. The battle class cannot be changed. That is still true within the game. However, we have a couple of workarounds. For those longtime fans, this is probably going to be easiest for you if you've saved your old games and your old consoles. It first popped up as it works with the Nintendo 3DS and Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. That's the first game. So if you have a 3DS and Spyro's Adventure, you can go into the game. I made a video about this also. I'll link to it in the description below. But you can go into that game, load it up, pretend like you want to put a character into the game. Instead, put your creation crystal on the portal. It'll tell you there's an error with it. You hit reset, and it actually resets the crystal. It wipes it, and you can choose your battle class again back in Skylanders Imaginators. So that does work. I have tried it. I have confirmed it. I made a video about it. You can go watch it. Since then, I have also found out it works with a Nintendo 3DS and Skylanders Giants. So it's not only Spyro's Adventure, but it also works in Skylanders Giants. Same thing, just go in, tell him you want to add another Skylander, and instead of a regular Skylander, put your creation crystal on the portal, or tell you there's an error, hit reset, it wipes it. Then people went even further and found out it works with a Wii, the Nintendo Wii, and Skylanders Giants. I haven't actually seen anyone test it with the Nintendo Wii and Spyro's Adventure. I haven't been able to see, I haven't seen anyone mention the results of that yet. But I do know there is a video out there showing off how to do it with the Wii and Skylanders Giants. And the process is slightly different. There's an option, you have to go to an option in the actual menu. I think it's, you go into it's in the main menu, you go into settings, general, I believe. You have to have the crystal on the portal at the time. And when you go into settings and general, there should be an option to reset broken toys. Once again, I will try to throw a link to that video in the description below so you can see how that works for yourself. I've been told that it also works on the Wii U when you put it into Wii mode and use Skylanders, the Skylanders Giants for Wii, the game disc for the Wii. So I don't think it actually works for the Wii U, but if you got rid of your Wii and replaced it with a Wii U, but you still have the game disc from the Wii, that will that should work for you as well. It does not seem to work with the Xbox 360 or the Xbox One. I have personally tried it with the PS3. I could not get it to work. So it doesn't seem to work for the other consoles. It only seems to work on the Nintendo Wii and the 3DS. So that's all I can tell you about that. But there is a way around it. If you don't have one of those consoles and those games, maybe you have a friend that does. Honestly, I don't see myself resetting a lot of crystals. Maybe once or twice if I really decide, oh, I want a different combination, but really it's probably not going to be that big of a deal. I don't see me resetting a lot of crystals. Finally, I've heard a couple of people ask me about the Skylanders Champions 3-pack. At first there were just the tags out on the shelf, and now they've started to appear in stores. These are actually a Walmart exclusive, at least here in the US. I don't know why exactly. Maybe Walmart is actually the only place that was willing to carry these packs. What they are is 3 packs of old figures. So if you have your collection complete from the past couple of years, then don't worry about these. These are the same figures. I went and looked at them. I'll throw some pictures up here. One pack includes Spyro, Eruptor, and Pop Fizz. So that's a Series 3 Spyro, a Series 3 Eruptor, and a Series 2 Pop Fizz. And the second pack contains a Series 3 Chop Chop, a Series 3 Stealth Elf, and a Series 3 Trigger Happy. I've looked at these in person, and they do indeed still have the blue bases. These are just the figures from Skylanders Swap Force. They're core Skylanders from Skylanders Swap Force. The third game, that's where we get all the Series 3s. And I kind of had a little laugh. I flipped it over onto the back, and it tells you they're compatible with the most recent 4 games, where, I mean, in reality, 5 of those 6 characters are compatible with all 6 games. So I don't know why they didn't even advertise that, but I guess it's just because the figures are from Skylanders Swap Force. That's all they went back to less confusion, easier packaging. Pop Fizz is the only one. He will not work in the first game, Spyro's Adventure, but he will actually work in Skylanders Giants. So if you're just getting started, if you're just getting into Skylanders, here's some cheap figures to pick up. They're fun figures. I enjoy them. They're classic figures. From what I've seen so far in the game, most of these characters are narrators in the game throughout Skylanders Imaginators. I mean, Spyro was there right off the bat. Stealth Elf was. I know I've seen Eruptor and Pop Fizz. I saw Trigger Happy recently too. Ooh, getting in there. So that makes me wonder if Chop Chop's there as well. In any case, those are the Champions 3-packs. I'm still convinced that these figures are just what they didn't sell the first run. They overproduced them, they bought them back from the stores, and now they're trying to sell them again. But, like I said, if you're just getting into Skylanders, there's a way to get your hands on some cheap figures. If you've been collecting for a while, there's no need to pick these up unless you want the different packaging. They're the same figures. Alright, that's all I have for you this week. I gotta get back to playing the game. So, I hope you're enjoying Skylanders Imaginators as much as I am. And I have a lot more videos to come, so stay tuned, and I'll see you next week.